Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a quick little reading to see what your person's current intentions are. With that said, we will be taking a look at their subconscious intentions, which are meant to bring up their thoughts and feelings, as well as their conscious intentions, which is meant to bring up what it is that they are going to do next in reality when it comes to this connection. As always, this is a general reading. With this being a general reading, please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. Now, pile 1, we have Tiger's Eye. Pile 2, we have Blue Goldstone. And pile 3, we have Green Aventurine. Hello, pile 1, my Tiger's Eye pile. Let's take a look at your person's current intentions. As I said at the top, we are first going to take a look at their thoughts and feelings via their subconscious intentions, and then we will be taking a look at their conscious intentions, which are meant to represent what their next moves will be. So pile 1. Subconscious intentions are up first. How are they thinking and feeling about you and about the connection itself? Absolutely beautiful. And we have the Well at the bottom of the deck. This is going to be short and sweet, so I'm probably only going to be pulling 2 cards for each. Okay, so we have the Empress and the Hierophant. As far as their thoughts and feelings, the Empress is definitely going to bring up that they are very physically attracted to you, but I do feel like the Empress is one of those cards that brings up a perfect blend of physical and emotional intimacy, and in this case, it would be a perfect blend of being attracted to you for both your physical attributes as well as your personality and who you are as a person. So the Empress, to me, as far as this person's thoughts and feelings, they are feeling quite, I'm going to use the word enamored by you. They're feeling quite attracted to you. And I also feel like, of course, depending on different people who are watching this, I do feel like this person either trying to get to know you better or wanting to get to know you better, or they've really taken the time to get to know you and appreciate everything about you. So again, it's really more so dependent on how long you and this person have been in one another's life as to how that will resonate. But I do feel like this person, it's like they feel at least like they've gotten to know the real you. You know, they feel like you've been very open and honest with them. They feel like you're somebody who's very trustworthy. They also feel like you're someone who's very nurturing and kind and loving toward them. And then we move forward to the Hierophant. And the Hierophant, to me, is going to bring up traditional relationships. It's going to bring up love, marriage, commitment, etc. So I would say that this person definitely looks at you as marriage material, because both the Empress and the Hierophant are going to indicate feeling like or looking at someone as marriage material. So this person definitely, if the two of you are not already committed, I would say that the two of you are well on your way there. And I would say that as far as what your person is thinking and feeling about this connection currently, they are definitely thinking and feeling like they want to continue to deepen the level of commitment within this connection. They're very attracted to you. They like pretty much everything about you. And I feel like, too, it's that nurture. And I feel like it's this sense of this person really feeling like the two of you are going to last a long time. You know, your person really feels like they've met their person in you. So I hope that makes sense. Now let's take a look at basically what's next. You know, like what is their next move? What are their conscious intentions? What are they planning on doing next when it comes to this connection? We have Temperance. And we have the Lovers. So with Temperance and the Lovers, I would say that this person is definitely, yet again, in real life, planning on moving this connection forward. That is their next move. I also feel like starting out with Temperance, though, there'd be a strong indication of this person like almost like the two of you sort of continuing forward, for many of us in the same exact way that we have been. It's reminding me or bringing me back to what I said with the Empress of how it seems like this person's wanting to get to know you better, or they've been trying to get to know you better, or the two of you have spent a lot of time talking and communicating and getting to know one another. I feel like that Temperance card in regard to, like what's coming up next for this connection is there's a lot deeper conversations happening. There's mutual feelings for one another that are continuing to grow and to blossom. There's mutual respect, mutual commitment, etc. And then when we come to the Lovers, there's again this mutual respect for one another, mutual romantic feelings, mutual commitment. The two of you also seem to really want the same things. Okay, I feel like with that Temperance card, it's like this person's trying to, in a sense, bring everything, let's say, back into balance, bring everything down. Because I feel like this person at times, it's almost like they're so into you that they feel like their head is in the clouds. And I feel like they're trying to bring it back into balance in the sense of grounding this connection. In that case, for some of us, or for some of our people, like for some of our persons, they might at times be very idealistic about the connection. And what you're going to see in real life when you communicate and start to talk with this person, that it almost seems like a lot of these like idealistic views, or a lot of these like grand ideas per se that they have about the connection are becoming a lot more grounded, where they're moving the connection forward, where they are deepening the level of commitment, where they're having these deeper or more honest, more intimate conversations with you. So I hope that makes sense, because to me that's a really good thing, where they're basically getting this out of the clouds, they're getting this out of their head, and they're grounding it in their reality. And in doing so, it's leading the two of you toward a very committed, very loving future together. Okay, so their conscious intentions are to yet again commit, or to deepen the level of commitment, to move forward with this connection. I really, really hope that this makes sense. This is a lovely little reading, and aside from it being a lovely little reading, it did exactly what we all hope for, which is their subconscious and their conscious intentions completely are in alignment, which means that there's a lot of opportunity and potential for this connection to continue to move forward, to continue to deepen the level of commitment with one another, and to continue to grow with one another. So I hope that makes sense. Pile 1, thank you so much for allowing me to do this lovely little reading, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, Pile 2, my blue goldstone pile. Let's take a look at your person's current intentions. This will be a very short and sweet reading where we look to see their thoughts and feelings about you through the subconscious intentions, and then their next move via the conscious intentions. So let's take a look first at their subconscious intentions. What are their thoughts and feelings about you and about the connection itself? We have the Two of Cups, lovely. And we have the Knight of Swords. So their subconscious intentions are, they definitely like you. There's definitely a lot of attraction here. I feel like with the Knight of Swords, though, the Knight of Swords can be a bit hasty and he can be a bit impulsive. And I'm only saying he because it's the Knight of Swords, but as always, it could be a he or it could be a she. Whatever the case might be, they could have a tendency at times to be a bit impulsive and a little bit hasty. Even maybe per se a little bit reckless in their actions. And I feel like when it comes to this person's current thoughts and feelings about you, there is an indication of them very much so having strong feelings for you, and perhaps trying to calm themselves down from moving forward way too quickly. Because at times, the Knight of Swords can be very, very quick per se. Very like hit it and quit it per se. So this Two of Cups is indicating that this person does have legitimate feelings for you and wants to see the connection be able to evolve and be able to grow. Very lovely Two of Cups, idealistic, romantic feelings. I would say perhaps for many of us, these feelings have not been shared. I would say that this person right now is wanting to go like full force, 100 miles per hour toward you. And that Two of Cups is sort of like reining them back in because they don't want to screw things up. They don't want to move too fast. They don't want things to seem rushed. And I feel like they're trying to balance, because the Two of Cups is also going to bring up things like balance and harmony. And I feel like what they're trying to do right now is sort of balance and harmonize the part of them that sort of just wants to rush in and impulsively begin to make decisions or impulsively begin to try to move this connection forward, etc. Okay, they see something more than that between the both of you, and they don't want to screw things up by being this hasty, maybe even at times hit it and quit it character that they know they can be. So they're trying to slow things down. They're trying to keep things balanced. They're trying to slow things down. There's, of course, this part of them, and maybe that's a part of who it is that they've been, and they're trying to grow out of it. You know, like that's something that I would say is perhaps taking place here, that they're trying to grow out of this like impulsive sort of rush type of behavior that at times they've had in other relationships and other connections. They don't want it to be like that this time. They want to take their time, but I do feel like they're having to, whatever the expression is, I think it's like pull in the reins or hold the reins. Like, you know, they're trying to rein themselves in so that they don't screw up or rush this connection in any type of way. So now let's get some conscious intentions and see what it is that they are planning to do. I do like to see the Nine of Cups jump out at first, because the Nine of Cups as a conscious intention for me is immediately going to bring up this person trying to get to know you better and this person trying to build emotional intimacy with you. Okay, because the Nine of Cups, I think it came out in an earlier reading, but with it today, but with a different card. The Nine of Cups to me is another card that will bring up a perfect blend of emotional and physical intimacy. And I feel like for some of us, especially since the Knight of Swords rather is here, there might have already been a bit of a focus placed on physical intimacy. And this person wants to continue to, let's say, get to know you better. They want to continue to build upon any emotional intimacy within this connection. And we have the Star. So I would say that their thoughts and feelings of them kind of knowing that they have to rein themselves in it's definitely helping. You know, like they are definitely reining themselves in. And I feel like with that Two of Cups and Knight of Swords combo being their unconscious or subconscious intentions, being their thoughts and feelings, it's like they want to continue full speed ahead, but they know for your comfort level and also for something to be able to grow here that they need to slow it down a bit. And I do feel like that's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they've been thinking about. And I feel like between the Nine of Cups and the Star, as far as their conscious intentions, they are doing that. They're I would say, as far as their next move and what they've been doing and what they're going to continue to do within this connection is yet again get to know one another a lot better. Get to really build upon the emotional intimacy that exists between the two of you. The Star to me is going to bring up that this person is very hopeful that there is a more so committed future between the both of you into the near future. You know, they're very hopeful about it, but I also feel like with the Star at times, the Star has a tendency for somebody to, the Star has a tendency to bring up idealism and unattainability. With that said, as far as their conscious intentions and their next move, it really does seem to me that as far as what their next moves are and what they're planning on doing next in regard to this connection, it really is almost to solely build up the emotional intimacy between the both of you and to get to know you on a much deeper level. Because I do feel like right now, they might feel like this connection is a bit unattainable. They might feel like you are out of their league. They might also be having a lot of this even when it comes to their next move and their conscious intentions. A lot of it, due to the idealism of the star, could be all in their own head, to where they're not actually taking action. And I would say, even like, if we dial down the Knight of Swords a little bit, the Knight of Swords, let's say, is a card of action. It's a card of taking action, wanting to take action, a card of seizing opportunities. So even, let's say, we dial back the Knight of Swords just a wee bit, and we bring this down to their subconscious intentions, highlighting that this person is very attracted to you, sees a future with you, wants a relationship, has romantic feelings for you, that they want to take action on. This Nine of Cups is more so like, as far as their conscious actions, like, okay, let me get to know this person a little bit more, build up the chemistry, build up the emotional intimacy, really begin to be a part of one another's lives. But I'm not quite ready to make my move yet. And I feel like the reason why this person's not quite ready to make that move when it comes to maybe, let's say, deepening the level of commitment here is maybe a bit because of they know how they are at times, that maybe they're a little bit too hasty, too impulsive. They tend to rush things, and by them rushing things and being impulsive, other connections in their past have sort of fallen apart due to that. So I feel like that's the reason why they're taking it slow, because I do feel like this Nine of Cups and the Star are highlighting this person's making positive movement forward. This person's getting to know you better. This person also wants to deepen the level of commitment, but I just feel like it's going to take a wee bit longer. But it just seems like to me that this person knows what they are like, and this person knows what their past relationships have looked like when they've rushed into things, and they don't want to do that again. It's almost like they want to build this, and I would say they want to build this connection up. But what I do like about this a lot is it seems to me like they are, as well as you perhaps are, allowing for this connection to unfold naturally. It seems very much so to me, the two of you going with the flow, allowing this connection to grow at a natural pace, getting to know one another, perhaps dating one another, etc. But I do feel like this person's taking it slow. I feel like there's that idealism. This person does want to deepen the level of commitment within this connection, but they don't want to rush things. So I do feel like it might take a little bit longer, but the stuff that is happening while it's taking a little bit longer is all very powerful, and it's only going to help make the two of you stronger and have a perhaps even longer lasting relationship by doing so, because it really seems as though the two of you are getting to know one another on a deeper level, that this person is really building, and you're building the emotional intimacy between you both, and it's leading you toward a very bright future with one another, and perhaps in a very long-term future with one another. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I really hope that makes sense. This connection seems like it's going to be a little bit of a slow burn. Seems like it's going to be a connection where time is definitely taken, but it's not as though progress is not being made within that time, and I just am trying, I guess, to make that point clear. Like the two of you are very much so perhaps in one another's lives, getting to know one another, building up the emotional intimacy with one another. But this person isn't rushing the other aspects of this connection. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for allowing me to do such a lovely little reading today. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, Pile 3, my green aventurine pile. Let's take a look at your person's conscious or subconscious and then conscious intentions about you and about the connection itself. So for their subconscious intentions, we are looking for their thoughts and their feelings about you and about the connection. And for their conscious intentions, we are looking for what their next move is going to be. Okay, what is their next plan of action? Okay, so for their subconscious intentions, we have the Eight of Wands and we have the Page of Cups. So romantic feelings via the Page of Cups, and then communication via the Eight of Wands. So to me, it really seems as though this person's subconscious intentions are to, I feel like this came up for every single pile today doing this reading. Their intentions are to get to know you better. I also feel like the Eight of Wands is quick communication. So something like texting or DMing might be the way in which the two of you communicate with one another quite like a lot, or much of the time the two of you might be texting, DMing, etc. That could be a possibility with the Eight of Wands. I also just feel like the Eight of Wands in general would be an indication that this person feels very attracted to you because of the chemistry that the both of you have. I feel like the Eight of Wands, it is going to bring up physical attraction. And I feel like aside from that physical attraction, there's a lot of chemistry. There's a good rapport. And I would say banter. The two of you have a good, nice little banter going with one another. Okay. I just feel like the communication between the both of you is very strong and this person wants to continue to build off of that. I feel like as far as their subconscious intentions, again, they're trying to get to know you better, but at the same time, they're trying to continue to build upon that chemistry. I feel like there's also good or similar senses of humor on each side of this equation. So again, it's just there's a lot of bantering back and forth. There's a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of communication with that Eight of Wands. And that seems to be something that they want to continue to, or they want it to continue to grow stronger, let's say. And I feel like they communicate or they text you quite often. We move forward to the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups to me is going to bring up, yet again, romantic feelings, but the Page of Cups is, or pages in general, let's say, can be a little bit immature. With that said, I do feel like for a majority of us, this person may not have made any type of move yet. Yes, there's flirtation and there's chemistry in the DMing, but there's not a lot of actual expression of feelings per se, or perhaps not as of yet. I feel like, again, with that Page of Cups, it's a strong indicator that this person is very attracted toward you. I feel like the two of you, there's a lot perhaps that makes the two of you compatible. I feel like this person is very attracted to, yet again, sense of humor. To them, you have a great sense of humor. They really love talking with you, and I keep wanting to say they really love chatting with you, because to me it just, again, for some reason, is going back to chatting, DMing. Before I even wanted to say the word comment, like they're commenting on your IG photos or something. But there's a lot of quick communication back and forth. There's a lot of chemistry. They really love your sense of humor. I feel like, again, that Page of Cups is going to bring up that this person's, let's say, crushing on you. But I also feel like the Page of Cups is going to bring up idealism. And there's this mixture of, or there's this indication of, let's say, where there is strong communication between the both of you. There is a lot of flirtation back and forth. The chemistry for the both of you is very strong within this connection. But it's really just a lot of banter, flirtation, and chemistry. There's not a lot of real tangible things occurring yet within this connection. Or at least that's, again, this person's thoughts and feelings about what's going on here, that there's been a lot of chemistry, that they're very attracted to you. And again, even when it comes to that communication message, if the communication between the both of you is not exactly resonating or as much on point as this is making it seem, that could be an indication of this person wanting to, as a subconscious intention, they are feeling like they want to uptick or continue to, or more frequently communicate with you. So I hope that makes sense. Pile 3. We are now on to pile 3. So let's see. What are their conscious intentions when it comes to this connection? we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is yet again going to bring up a fair bit of, let's say, immaturity, especially because now we have 2 pages out here. However, the pages are also fun. They're flirty. They're messengers. Again, bringing me back to comments and DMing. But the pages are fun and flirty. The Page of Wands is indicating, as far as a conscious intention and next move, this person wants to continue to, or again, more frequently, put themselves out there with you. You know, like for them, maybe it's a really big deal. Maybe this flirtation and this DMing or messaging, texting back and forth is sort of a big deal to them. And they really feel like with that Page of Wands that they've already put themselves out there. And I feel like with the Page of Wands here as a conscious intention, as a next move, they're continuing to put themselves out there when it comes to you and when it comes to this connection. And for some reason, I'm also just getting that indication of this being a really big deal for them. You know, this might not be something that they do all the time. Them putting themselves out there, it's like, even though it's been fun and flirtatious for the most part, the way that the two of you are communicating and maybe what the things that it is that the two of you talk about or will talk about isn't exactly what this person usually does. And I do feel like that would indicate that this person does feel very comfortable with you. Like, yeah, it's fun and it's flirty and we have chemistry, but I feel like I could be myself around this person. I feel like I could share things with this person. And that's what your person's feeling, you know, right now. And I feel like when it comes to this person and what their next move is, it's basically them continuing to put themselves out there when it comes to you, them continuing to communicate, maybe even them continuing to, let's say, like, make themselves available as well as prioritizing you in whatever way. So they're really trying to, I want to say, I don't know if this is creepy or not, but it's like they're trying to make themselves available to you, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, and I hope it doesn't have a creepy, like saying it made it sound creepy, but when it was still in my head, it didn't sound that creepy. But it's like they're trying to make themselves available to you. They're trying to put themselves out there. And I feel like, again, for this person, it's kind of a big deal. You know, like they don't usually do this. They don't usually put themselves out there. They don't usually sort of wear their heart on their sleeve. And I feel like that's something that they're doing with you. And it's a big deal for them. And overall, there's just so much excitement. It's kind of cute. It's like puppy love cute. Let's try to get one more card out here. And the card that had fallen to the floor is the Knight of Cups. So, with that said, the Knight of Cups is absolutely lovely to see here. When we see the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, even though it is subconscious and then conscious intentions, there is a very strong possibility and there's strong potential for, in a more so predictive sense, that this person is going to make positive movement forward in regard to this connection. So, when it comes to this person's next move, I do feel like they're going to continue to, again, make themselves available. They're going to continue to put themselves out there. They're going to continue to communicate and flirt and be fun and exciting. And for them, it's very fun and exciting. They're hoping it is for you too. And then we have the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups indicates that they're going to eventually, I feel meaning soon into the near future, going to ask you out. Okay, so I do hope that makes sense. Pile 3. It really does seem as though this person, it seems like this is the budding of romantic feelings. The romantic feelings for one another are growing. It just seems like a lot of fun and flirtation. And it seems like this person is readying themselves and putting themselves out there and making themselves available in order to be able to move forward, deepen the level of commitment, or make this romantic gesture in the form of asking you out. I really do hope that makes sense and begins to make even more sense into the near future. Pile 3, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day.